Good morning. We are going to the questions. The first question says a population is the entire set of organs. We say a population is the entire set or objects under study. If we are speaking about entire means all the objects, so definitely the statement is true. So our choice will be and the question says a sample is part of the population under study. Definitely a sample is part of the population. So is this statement is it true? Yes, it is true. The type of statistics that deals with organizing, summarizing, presenting data in an informative way. Is it descriptive statistics or inferential statistics? It is descriptive statistics because the aim is to represent it in graphical method. Now, deals with estimating properties of the population based on study of a sample. Is true? Is the inferential statistics deals with estimating the properties of population based on a study in a sample? Yes, definitely. That's the purpose or the aim of inferential statistics, studying the sample to predict the property of population. Now, next question is the gender is an example of qualitative variable or quantitative variable. Gender is speaking about quality. There is no number when you answer the question, what's your gender? So it's qualitative, not quantitative. The number of people employed in the company is an example of, is it qualitative variable or quantitative? When we say the number of people, so our answer will be a number, 1, 2, 3. So it contains numbers, so it cannot be qualitative, it must be quantitative variable because it will give you quantity, not quality. The number of bedrooms in the house is an example of, is it discrete variable or continuous variable? When we say the number of bedrooms in the house, your answer will be 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. So it's discrete. The answer is a single value. So it's a discrete variable is our answer. It's not continuous. Number 8. Weight of students is an example of discrete variable or continuous variable. When we say weight of students, we will have interval. So definitely if we have interval, which means we cannot get exactly what is it. We can say between an X and Y. So it's continuous variable. What level of measurement is the hair color? When we say hair color, this is non-numeric. So definitely it is the first level, which is nominal. There is no order, there is no interval, there is no ratio. It's hair color only nominal. What level of measurement is the surface satisfaction in the bank? When they ask you, are you satisfied? Your answers will be either strongly satisfied or satisfied, neutral, not satisfied, strongly not satisfied, or disappointed. So our answer here, there is an order. So the first one is not satisfied. The second one, sorry, the first one is strongly not satisfied. The second one is not satisfied. The third one is neutral. Next is satisfied. Next is strongly satisfied. So there is an order here. So we will call it that is ordinal. What level of measurement is the room temperature? When we say room temperature, definitely it's nominal. It's not nominal because it has a number. Also, it's not ordinal because it's stronger than ordinal. It's not only having orders, it is actually interval. It will be interval because room temperature will be the minimum and there is a maximum, so there is interval. What level of measurement is the wages in the company? Wages in the company, it's the strongest one, which is ratio. So we are expecting questions of this type with a multiple choice. We can change any of the statement here and ask you about what level of measurements. The next question. Here he gave me a pie chart. This is of course pie chart, and he's asking two questions about this pie chart. The pie chart speaking about a marital status of employee at a certain department. They ask them a question about their status. 50% of them they say they are married, and 27% of them they say they're divorced, 18% of them they say it's single, and so on. The question here, if we have a 500 employee, we are asked the question, is this type of question qualitative or quantitative? Definitely, it will be qualitative because the answer will be explaining, describing, they're not giving a number. They will answer single, married, divorced. So this is explanation, that's a description. So it's not quantity, so it's quality is the type of study. The second question of part B, it says the number of employees are divorced. If we have given n is equal to 500 and 27% of them, 27% means 27 divided by 100 times n will give you how many number is divorced. So if we multiply, that's actually 27 times 5, which is 135. So the answer will be 135. Question. Says the data below shows height in feet of 14 roller. What is the mean? Same question here is asking about mood, and the third question is about variance and standard deviation. Let's start with the first one. He wants to find the mean. To find the mean, simply we need the values, and there's some. I'm writing the table, to be honest. When we calculate the variance, for the mean only, the mean means the sum of all xi divided by n. What's the sum of all xi? If we calculate the sum, which is 95 plus 105, the last one, divided by n, which is 14. The sum, that would be 5 divided by 14 equal to that is equal to 1. So that will be, we round it, will be 104. When we round, we have to be careful about, if we round for, let's say, 1, 2, 3, 4 digits, 1, 2, 3, 4 digits, we look here. If it is 5 or more, we add 1 here. If it is less, we just truncate. So it will be 2 is less than 5, so it will be 0, 1, 0, 7, 1, or we just remove that one. If it is 5 or more, we add 1. So our answer here for the mean, that one. Now, the next question, it is asking about what? What's the mood? When we say mood, we have to think about mood is maximum frequency or more frequent. Mood means maximum frequency. Occurs more. So if we say 95, it appears only 2 times. And if we think about 50, it appears 3 times. Point out. We look here, 50 appears 3 times. If we look on 95, it appears only 2 times. 125, it appears only 1 time. 102, it appears 2 times. Let me change the color. 102, it appears 2 times. Okay, 120, it appears only 1 time. 160, 1 times. 118, 1 times. 91 is 1 time. So which one is more frequent? It's 50. So the mood, in this example. The next question. Question number 16. The same sample. Now, question number 16 is speaking about the same sample, but he is speaking about now variance. Here we have 2 formulas. I prefer the easy formula, not the one in your book. The formula which I prefer is the variance is equal to n sum of xi squared minus sum of xi all squared divided by n times n minus 1. Of course, that will give you exactly the same answer. Will give you exactly the same answer of the one you have in the book, but it's easier in the calculation. So if we want to we have to calculate 2 things. We have xi, we have xi squared. So the first number we have 95. 95, we get 9025. We have 105. When we square 105, we get 11025. When we have 50, square of 5 is 25, and 0 will be 0. 125. When you square it, you get 15625. And we have 102. When you square it, you get 1040. And 2020, not well squared is 144, so that will be 100. We have 160, 16 square, it's 256. 102, we have it before 102, it's 1044. Now we have 8, 118, 13924. 91 square, it's 8281, and we have 160. When we square it, we have it before 160, so it is 25600. Have 95, we have it before, it's the first one, 9025. And when we have 50, we have it before 25. And we have the last one, which is 84, and 84 squared, it's 07056. We need the sum. The sum of the first one, it's 1457. The second one, it's 5369. Now, applying our formula, the variance, we have number of elements is 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Also, sometimes, or most of the time, it's written here 14. So it's 14 elements times the sum of the square, which is this one. It's 1, 6, 5, 3, 6, 9, minus the square of the sum, which is that it's 1, 4, 5, 7 squared, divided by 14 times n minus 1, which is 13. So if you calculate that one, you will get that is 1056.686813, and so on. So if we want to round it, here he is rounding it into 2 digits. Rounding to 2 digits, after the decimal, we look here. If it is 5 or more, we add 1 here. So it will be, that's approximately of 1056.69. So our answer for the variance is 1056.69. Question number 17, it says the data below shows the height. It's the same data, but he wants now standard deviation. For standard deviation, we do exactly the same thing, because standard deviation, it's square root of the variance. So if you take square root of that number, which is 1056.68, 6868, and so on, you will get that is equal to 32.506711951. And if you want to round it, again, for 2 digits, this is 6, so it's more than 5, so we add 1 here, so it will be, that is 32.51. 32.51 is the right answer. Now, here is actually a question which raised by one of the students, and when they ask, so that's why I'm repeating actually the same idea now in another example. And you can see this is good for the exam because it contains only how many elements? Only 5 elements, so it's easy to compute. I'm expecting in the exam something like this. I mean, few numbers, not a lot. So he is asking about now sample variance. So we repeat the same story, the sample variance, the variance, which is s squared, as we said, it's n, sum of the squares minus square of the sum divided by n times n minus 1. So that will be equal to what? We have to calculate. So we have xi. The first element we have 12, and 12 squared, it's 144. Then I have 20, and 20 squared means 400. 2 times 2, and double 0. 16, 16 squared, it's 256. Then we have 18. What's 18 squared? It's 324. We have 19, and 19 squared, it's 361. We need here now the sum. The sum of the first one is 85. The sum of the squares is 1485. So applying here, number of elements is 5. Don't forget the number of elements times the sum of the squares. The sum of the squares, it's 1485 minus square of the sum. The square of the sum, it's 85 squared divided by 5 times 4. So if you put that one in your calculator, you will get that is equal to 10. So our answer for the variance is 10. Now, question number 19. Here it says the same question, same data, but he's not speaking about variance. He said, I need the standard deviation. To find the standard deviation, you need to find the variance. Then the standard deviation, it's actually S, which is square root of the variance, which is square root of 10, and square root of 10, you calculate square root of 10 using your calculator, and that will be 3.1622 and so on. So we need only 2 digits. 2 digits we look here. So we say since it is less than 5, it will be just a 3.16. So that will be the variance. The last question for this part of recording is a question number 20. Then I will I'll close this one and I will reopen another one. So just to make the videos short, and we will reopen after 5 to 10 minutes to continue a second recording. Now, here it says the same questions, but he's not speaking about now standard deviation or sample variance. He's speaking about the mean. What's the mean? Mean is equal to the sum of the elements divided by n, and the sum of the elements we calculated here, it's 85 divided by n, which is 5, so that will be 70. So our answer is, that will be the first part of the recording. I will stop now the recording. I'll wait for I will wait for it, then I will put it in later on tonight, maybe in the YouTube. Okay, so I'll just close this one now, close this session, and we will reopen when after a few minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. Okay.